Today I wanted to talk about sealing your oil pastels. Now normally if I'm using an art journal page with my oil pastels, I don't necessarily seal it, but sometimes I'll do a drawing like this one. And while I like the way this looks, I might want to add a few details to the eyes of this woman and her cats. And so I want to seal it so I can draw on top of it. And I found something that works well for me. This is really just for fun. It is not for if you want to sell your artwork. This is just what I like to use on top of my oil pastels to seal it. So I'm going to walk you through that process now. Oil pastels can be pretty sticky and tacky. I saved some of the drawings that I've done that I didn't spray. I love this one, but again, they never actually fully dry. You can still kind of like smear it and move it around. See, I just moved that spot there. I find the whites of her eyes aren't white enough. I'd love to be able to update this bird a bit. I thought, why not try to spray these and see if I could maybe add some details to them. So the two that I'm going to show you today are this one and this one. This one I already sprayed and I can run my hands over. I sprayed a couple of layers on top of it. I think I might do another one. But what I'm using is Mod Podge Ultra Spray On All-in-One Glue and Sealer. It's a multi-surface sealer. You don't need to brush anything on it and you just spray it and let it dry. I use the hair dryer on a cold setting to speed things up a bit, but overall this is what I use. Now again, this is just for your art journal. It's not necessarily something that I would use on something that I'm selling, and I'm not sure I'd ever actually sell an oil pastel piece just because they don't dry. Maybe I would sell a print, but I sprayed this one. Now this drawing I just did in my private YouTube membership group, so I'll leave a link to the private YouTube membership if you want to join and draw along with me and color this. But all I do is take the Mod Podge spray and I hold it up a fair amount. Now what does it say actually? It's non-toxic and can be applied to any surface by spraying, brushing, or pouring it. Well, I'm just going to spray it. And this is all I do. I hold it. And because it's non-toxic, it really doesn't smell. I don't like scented things, and this does not smell. So I'm going to leave this a bit. I've already done 2 layers on this. Normally, I think I've only just actually done 1 layer, but I wanted to give that one a couple because I want to try to add some details to her eyes. And this one too. Now, when you first spray it, because it's glue, there's going to be like, you can kind of see the wetness. You can kind of see like a milkiness to it. But that goes away. So I'm going to spray this one. And this is paper, not canvas, so I don't want to go too crazy with it. And now I'm going to spray the other one. I'm just not showing you because I want to get it all done. I sprayed a lot on that one. Okay. And then I get my handy dandy hairdryer out just to speed things along a bit. And then we're going to draw on top of it and see how well it works. Okay, so I added the glue to it. And it's the, again, the Mod Podge Ultra Spray On Glue, and it's sealed it. So I can add some whites to the eyes. So now I'm going to add some whites to her eye now that it's sealed with the glue. And I'm just tapping it in there so that I could just make it pop a bit more and maybe a little bit to her nose there. But I really like the way that, I like the texture of the glue. It's not, I can't say it's the smoothest, but I kind of like that it's textured, and I like that I can add a little bit of acrylic paint on top of it. I don't want to add too much on top of it. I don't want to go crazy with it, but kind of did want to update the bird a bit. And I'm just adding some white to the tail of the bird. Again, this picture I did in my membership group. It was like, I think it was a how to draw faces, but we did this picture. And the other one I did with the cat lady as well. So I'm just adding, oh, I like that. I'm adding some paint to it now with confidence because I know that it's sealed, and I'll probably do later outside. And there is no scent to it, but I just prefer to do it outside. I'll probably do another spray, but I like the way that I could add some white details to it. I might even, I don't want to go too crazy, but you could even, you know, add some to the moon that I drew. I really like the way that looks. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do are these little kitties. This was just a, remember this is paper. This is just a little sketch that I did practicing with my oil pastels, but I really wanted to add the whites to the eyes of these kitties. I actually might add more acrylic paint to this one, but I kind of really wanted to, this isn't the best paintbrush either. I've got like a really, not the best paintbrush, but it just goes right over it. And so it's just a nice way to add details to a painting that you did with oil pastels. And again, you could just really add some highlights to it and then spray it again. And this is just for my own sketches. This is not for me to be selling it or anything like that. Oh, I'm going to add some to this bird. This is just a fun way to seal your oil pastels, and if you want to add more details to it, you can. All right, I'm going to show you guys the final paintings that I did, that I added the sealant to it, and show you how it looks. This is the final painting when I sprayed it and added some white details to it. I got to make some minor adjustments, which I think helps the face stand out a bit. And I also really like what I did with these kitties here. I had a lot of fun doing this painting, and maybe I'll do a tutorial on this one. I just had fun playing with these cats and creating this kind of scene. I didn't like the final product, so I kind of left it, but now that I've taken it out a bit, I feel like I can try this one again. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about the sealant or recommendations, please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.